The night starts with a mistake no one notices at first. A car speeds through the empty streets, headlights slicing through the darkness, music blasting too loud for anyone to hear the engine struggling. Inside, four lives are about to collide in ways none of them could predict. Mike has always believed he's in control. The kind of guy who plans everything, who maps out his future like it's a straight road with no turns. But tonight, even he can feel something off. His hands grip the steering wheel tighter than usual, his jaw clenched as he glances at the rearview mirror, again and again. Nick sits beside him, calm on the surface but restless underneath, scrolling through his phone like he's trying to avoid something bigger than silence. In the back seat, the second Nick laughs too loudly at a joke no one finished. He leans forward, tapping Mike's shoulder, telling him to relax, telling him this is just another night. But it isn't. Not really. Alice sits next to him, staring out the window, her reflection blending into the darkness outside. She hasn't said much since they left, and that silence feels heavier than anything else in the car. It all started earlier that evening. A message sent to the wrong person, a name repeated twice, a confusion that seemed harmless at first. Two Mikes. Two Nicks. One Alice caught somewhere in the middle. What felt like coincidence slowly began to unravel into something more deliberate, something unsettling. Mike remembers when he first met Alice. She had this way of looking at people like she could see through every version of them at once. He thought he understood her, thought he had her figured out. But tonight he's not so sure. There's something different in her eyes, something distant, like she's already somewhere else. Nick, the one in the passenger seat, has his own secrets. He's been acting strange for days now, disappearing without explanation, showing up at odd hours with excuses that don't quite fit. He keeps glancing at Alice, then away, like there's something he wants to say but can't. The second Nick, the louder one, tries to keep things light. He cracks jokes, turns up the music, tries to fill the silence with noise. But even he can't ignore the tension building in the car. It's like the air itself is tightening, closing in on them. The road stretches endlessly ahead, but Mike feels like they're not getting anywhere. The same streetlights repeat. The same turns appear again and again. He shakes his head, trying to focus, telling himself it's just his imagination. Alice finally speaks, her voice soft but cutting through everything. She asks where they are going. It's a simple question, but no one answers right away. Because the truth is, none of them really know. Nick in the passenger seat finally responds, saying they are heading to the beach. That was the plan, wasn't it? But even as he says it, his voice lacks conviction. The second Nick laughs again, saying plans change, that maybe they should just keep driving. Mike doesn't like that idea. He needs direction, needs certainty. But every time he tries to focus on the road, it feels like something shifts, like the world around them is slightly off. Alice leans forward, her eyes fixed on Mike. She tells him to stop the car. Not loudly, not urgently, but with a calm certainty that makes everyone freeze. Mike hesitates, his foot hovering over the brake. The second Nick protests, asking why, saying they're in the middle of nowhere. But Alice doesn't look at him. She keeps her gaze on Mike, waiting, and then something happens. A flicker in the headlights. A shadow crossing the road that shouldn't be there. Mike slams the brakes. The car skids to a halt. Silence crashes down around them, heavier than before. For a moment no one moves, no one breathes. Mike looks ahead, his heart pounding. There's nothing there, just empty road. But he knows he saw something. Nick beside him leans forward, squinting into the darkness. He asks what happened, but Mike can't answer. Not yet. Alice opens the door slowly, stepping out into the night. The others watch her, unsure whether to follow or stay. The air outside feels colder, thicker, like it's holding on to something. The second Nick finally gets out too, calling after her, asking what she's doing, but she doesn't respond. She walks a few steps ahead, then stops. Mike and Nick exchange a look before stepping out as well. The four of them stand on the empty road, surrounded by darkness. Alice turns to face them, and there's something different about her now, something certain. She says they've been here before. They laugh at first. It sounds ridiculous, but then she starts pointing things out. The broken sign on the side of the road, the flickering streetlight, the exact position of the car. Mike feels a chill run through him. He remembers. Not clearly but enough. A sense of déjà vu that's too strong to ignore. Nick shakes his head, saying it's impossible. But even he looks uncertain. The second Nick tries to brush it off, saying they're just tired, that they've been driving too long. But his voice cracks slightly, betraying him. Alice steps closer, her gaze intense. She says this isn't the first time, that they've been repeating this night over and over. Mike backs away slightly, his mind racing. It doesn't make sense. None of it does. But the feeling in his chest tells him she's not lying. Nick in the passenger seat starts to piece things together. The strange messages, the repeated names, the feeling of something being off. It all starts to connect. The second Nick goes quiet for the first time. Really quiet. Alice says the only way out is to change something. To break the pattern. But no one knows what that means. Mike looks at each of them, trying to find answers in their faces. But all he sees is confusion, fear, and something else. Something deeper. The road behind them suddenly feels just as uncertain as the road ahead. A distant sound breaks the silence. Another car. Headlights appear in the distance, growing brighter as they approach. Mike feels his chest tighten. He knows what's coming, even if he can't explain how. Alice steps back, her expression unreadable. She tells them this is the moment. The car speeds toward them, too fast, too close. Nick shouts something, but it's drowned out by the roar of the engine. The second Nick reaches for Alice, but she pulls away. Mike stands frozen, his mind screaming at him to move, to do something. And then it happens. Impact. Everything goes white. For a moment there's nothing. No sound, no feeling, just emptiness. And then the music starts again. Mike's hands are back on the steering wheel. The road stretches ahead. The same song plays. The same silence fills the car. Nick sits beside him, scrolling through his phone. The second Nick laughs in the back. Alice stares out the window. Mike's grip tightens. This time he remembers. And this time, he knows something has to change.